Alright, live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, welcome to This Date in History, AKTDH. I am Xander. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly, and of course, you, viewer, are you. Thank you so much for coming in and watching us, whether it's at live or some other point in the space-time continuum. A view's a view, so thank you very much. Today is, of course, Moon's Day, aka Monday, April 13th, 2026, International Holocaust Day, apparently. We covered that yesterday when Israel announced that. So this show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with the year 837, best view of Halley's Comet in 2,000 years. I wonder how they knew that.
No kidding.
Like, did they track how the clouds were that night, or day, or whatever?
They can look through history and when it came back, when it's passed by, and how far away it was.
Ah, okay. 989, Battle of Abydos. Byzantine Emperor Basil II defeated and killed rebel general Baras Phokas, ending the rebellion. Welcome, Jay. How you doing, man?
Good.
Good. From the other source it says here
Doing
the death
very
of
good.
Nice. The death of Bardas Phokas, the younger, in the Battle of Abydos, ended his second rebellion against Byzantine Emperor Basil II. So he had two rebellions, so they ultimately had to put him down so he wouldn't have a third. So, 1012, ransom of 48,000 pounds was paid to Vikings led by Thorkill the Tall for the liberation of Canterbury after a raid on the city and the capture of Alfeage, or Alfeil, Archbishop of Canterbury. So they captured the Archbishop. That's not good.
No.
1059 here, Papa Bull in nomine Domini, in the name of the Lord, issued by Pope Nicholas II, establishing popes elected by bishops and cardinals, not appointed by their predecessor. That's big. That's really big. Can you imagine, how different things would have been, like, if they had treated the papacy as, naming successor rather than the voice of the people, at least the cardinals and the bishops and whatnot?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. In the year 1111, after months of controversy, Pope Paschal II crowned Henry V, King of Germany and Italy, as the Holy Roman Emperor. I wonder, why was there a controversy? After months of controversy, why was there a
Can't tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's something I challenge the viewers, if you don't mind looking it up, let us know in the comment section what you find. And, not just for us, but anybody else watching this, they can look down there. 1175, yeah. Saladin routed his Muslim opponents, the Zengids, in the Battle of Horns of Hama, consolidating his control over Syria except for Aleppo. 1204, Crusaders occupied Constantinople during the Fourth Crusade. So Constantinople fell to the Crusaders of the Fourth Crusade, temporarily ending the Byzantine Empire. Wow.
Temporarily.
Yeah. So just a little hiccup there. 1250, the Seventh Crusade was defeated in Egypt, and Louis IX of France was captured. Ooh. The king, yeah. I mean, back in the day, leaders actually went and fought with the people that they sent out to go die. What a concept. Could you imagine, Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump on the front line, with the soldiers over in Iran or whatever? That'd be hilarious. But, just 1,000 years ago, though, that would have been the normal. I wonder what happened. I guess,
Airplanes.
Yeah.
You don't even need a front line anymore.
That is true.
Rockets.
Yeah. 1256, the Grand Union of the Augustinian Order was formed when Pope Alexander IV issued papal Licet Ecclesiae Catholicae. I also like to know what else that entails. 1507, the Ottoman army occupied Cairo. Interesting. I wonder what war, what conflict, why was the Ottomans in Cairo? That's Egypt.
Yeah.
1520, actually, eventually the Ottoman Empire took all of Egypt, if I remember.
Did?
Yeah, the Ottoman Empire, it spanned across Egypt and northern
Africa.
Northern Africa. Yeah, that's where Lawrence of Arabia, his claim to fame was because Sultan whatever the heck of the Ottoman Empire at the time had all that open desert land, but they had port cities. So what's his face, Lawrence was doing guerrilla tactics and blowing up sections of the railroad, and he made it so it was just not worth the cost. So eventually during the war they abandoned all of that.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why he was so big. Like he cost them a lot of money in that area. So, 5056. Actually no. 5020. Raphael's final influential masterpiece, The Transfiguration, was put on display a week after the artist's death. Wow. What is this? We're not there yet. Yeah. I'm just going to, let's see here, this image. Okay. So that's a cool painting. I'm going to...
Very nice painting.
Yeah, I'm going to bigger this so we can see it better. So that looks pretty cool. What else do we got here? 1556. Portuguese converted Christian Marranos who revert to Judaism burned by order of Pope.
Burned by order? What does that mean?
Well, the Pope ordered their burning.
Oh.
Wow. Portuguese converted Christian Marranos. This is weird to say. Portuguese converted Christian Marranos who revert to Judaism were burnt by the order of the Pope. So I have no idea who the Marranos were. But the Portuguese were involved. I'm not sure if they're the ones converting or if they're the converted. But whatever the case, if they converted to Judaism, they were just ordered to burn. That's terrible. 1560, Giovanni, son of Italian mathematician Girolamo Cardano, was executed for poisoning his wife despite his father's efforts to save him. Wow. 1598, Edict of Nantes granted political rights to the French Huguenots. We've spoken about the Huguenots quite often. 1613, Samuel Argall, having captured Pocahontas in Passapatanzi, not Passamaquoddy, Virginia, set off with her to Jamestown with the intention of exchanging her for English prisoners held by her father. Wow. So she was used as a bargaining chip.
I never heard that story.
Yeah, no, Pocahontas, the real story of Pocahontas is a tragic one. I think she ended up dying in England or something. But, like, all the stuff from the Disney cartoon is complete and total fiction. Like,
that doesn't surprise me.
And
it's a cartoon.
Honestly, at this point, I kind of think they're trying to soft rewrite history to make people believe, otherwise. So,
for sure.
1668, John Dryden, at the age of 36, was appointed the first English poet laureate by King Charles II. All right, so this is when it started. 1699, the Sikh religion was formalized as the Khalsa, the Brotherhood of Warrior Saints, by Guru Gobind Singh in northern India, in accordance with the Nananshanki calendar. All right, so the Sikh religion, which I think is a type of Hinduism or something.
I'm not sure, but yeah, they do have a turban type.
Yeah.
Towel on their head.
Well, don't call it a towel.
Well, I don't know how to describe it.
Well, it's a turban.
It's a burqa.
It's a turban.
It's a burqa.
No, isn't a burqa something different? Like the Muslim is a burqa, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We're talking about
It's a turban.
Yeah, it's a turban. We're talking about the Sikh religion. It's not Muslim. It's not an Islamic religion, I don't believe. I think it's more of a Hindu thing.
I've always pronounced it Zeke, but it's Sheik.
It's Sheik, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, okay.
So, 1741, Dutch people protest poor quality of bread. Well, I mean, unless it's like absolutely moldy and rancid, like, I mean,
let them eat cake.
Well, you have food,
Yeah.
Like.
Well,
so,
do you?
Well, true.
Is it edible?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, unless it's moldy and all that crap, but like, if it's just bad tasting or if it's dry, suck it up. You got food. 1769, British ship Endeavour, captained by James Cook, arrived in Matavia Bay, Tahiti, with botanist Joseph Banks on board. Huh. I wonder what they're doing out in Tahiti. 1796, the first elephant arrived in the U.S. from India. And here we go. Like, this is a picture of the elephant right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have here, according to the accounts of the celebrated Buffon, is the most reflectable... Oh, that's a weird word. Reflectable, I guess, animal in the world. It's fuzzy. It's weird. Like, the text is jakey. It's strange. Anyway, what else do we got here? 1829, the Roman Catholic Relief Act passed by the British Parliament. It was the culmination of the process of Catholic emancipation throughout the UK. That's right. They were weren't they Protestants and all this stuff in Britain for a while?
Yes, they were. Now, I don't know if it's 100% or not.
Yeah. Been for a while, like, because the Church of England, is that Protestant?
I believe so.
Okay, so that's how they're connected. I had no idea. Like, what were you gonna say, Jay?
I was agreeing with your
Okay.
dad.
But yeah, from the other source it says the Roman Catholic Relief Act of 1829 gave Roman Catholics in the United Kingdom the right to vote and sit in Parliament. Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. 1840, William Henry Lane, Judah, perfected the tap dance. All right.
That's awesome. What year? 1840.
Yeah.
Wow. Tap dance.
1842, Lord Ross successfully casted a 72-inch or 183-centimeter mirror for a telescope. That must have been big for the time. I mean, 72 inches. That's how many? 12 goes into 60. What? Five times?
Yeah. Six times.
6 times.
72 inches. Six.
Okay.
6 feet.
Oh wow! So that's a big mirror.
Yeah.
1849, Lajos Kossuth presented the Hungarian Declaration of Independence in a closed session of the National Assembly. All right. 1860, the first Pony Express rider reached Sacramento, California. So we spoke about the Pony Express starting a while ago, and it only lasted for a few months or something like that.
A couple of years, I think.
No. I was saying initially a couple of years, but that was the telegraph. Like we were looking at that map, and it had like 3 different things or whatever. And the Pony Express only lasted.
Only a few months?
Only a few months. It wasn't that long. Like, let me look that up. How long did the Pony Express last? Pony Express, 1860 to 1861.
Only 1 year.
Oh,
1 year.
it says during its 18 months of operation, it began in 1860.
Year
The Pony,
and a half.
year and a half. There you go. So it's not just a few months,
Yep.
but you're more closer to the money with your couple years thing. 1861, after 34 hours of bombardment, Fort Sumter surrendered to Confederates, starting the U.S. Civil War. Yep, we spoke about that yesterday.
Yeah,
now,
sure did.
I could have sworn that we covered this weeks ago. We talked about this yesterday, and I swear that we covered it weeks ago. Or maybe it was something about, like, refurbishing. Maybe it was something else. But I could have sworn that we covered the U.S. Civil War starting a couple weeks ago. So,
I can't even start to tell you what I remember a couple weeks ago.
yeah. 1863, Society for the Relief of the Ruptured and Crippled was incorporated in the state of New York. The ruptured and crippled. That sounds horrifying. I don't want to be
That sounds
ruptured.
Or crippled.
Well, I mean, crippled.
Or-
Crippled doesn't sound bad next to ruptured. At least you're still
Ruptured
intact. You're just not functional.
Lord.
Like, yikes.
Yikes.
1865, Raleigh, North Carolina, was captured by Union forces. All right. That's one of the cities that we have eyeballs on.
Raleigh, yes.
Yeah, Raleigh. Raleigh?
Raleigh.
Is it Raleigh?
Yeah, Raleigh, North Carolina.
All right. 1868, the Abyssinian War ended as British and Indian troops captured Magdala, and Ethiopian Emperor Theodos II committed self-deletion. So, yep, that's it. So,
Just a heads up, you go in and call it
Self-delete.
Raleigh, they'll shoot you.
Delete.
what were you saying, Jay?
I said delete.
Delete, yes. 1869, the steam power brake was patented by U.S. engineer George Westinghouse. Westinghouse. That name sounds familiar. So
Oh, yeah.
here's a picture of that steam brake. And let me
Yeah.
bigger this so we can all see it. And there's actually, it showed it on a diagram to be used on a train, which makes sense. So, like right here, it shows you all the different, is that 5 feet? I guess so. So that's a 5 foot tall,
Diameter?
5 diameter maybe, like wheel or something. I don't know. Like there's A, there's C, there's O. So there's accompanying like what this is a diagram thing. But this is a steam brake. What appears to be on the locomotive. You can see the train
Yeah.
track thing.
Yeah.
And here's a whole thing even a little bit more detailed. It shows you more about the actual device itself right there. It's pretty cool. What else do we got here? Moving on up to 1870, Metropolitan Museum of Art formed in New York City, opening in the Dodworth Building at 681 Fifth Avenue.
That goes way back.
Yeah. 1873, Colfax Massacre in Grant Parish, Louisiana, resulting in 60 blacks being murdered. It says here from the other source, though, more than 60 to 150 black men were murdered in Colfax, Louisiana, while surrendering to a mob of former Confederate soldiers and members of the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
And let's not forget the Ku Klux Klan is a product of the Democratic Party of the United States. they created this to harass and terrorize recently freed blacks after the Civil War. Look at the year.
They were,
you know,
they were basically the sergeant of arms.
essentially, yeah. And nowadays it's BLM, Antifa, you know, the LGBTQT people, the anti-fascists. You know, it's just there's a lot more of them now. 1882. Yep, 1882, Anti-Semitic League formed in Prussia. That's not good. 1883, U.S. prospector Alfred Packer convicted of manslaughter, though accused of cannibalism. What?
Oh.
What the hell?
Was he Hannibal Lecter now or what?
What were you saying, Jay?
I was saying, was he Hannibal Lecter or what?
Oh, maybe. Alfred Packer.
Wow.
I guess he's packing away the wrong stuff. And remember this guy? Like we saw him yesterday when I was image searching the first lady to finish a marathon.
Oh,
and his image popped up for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So he's a composer.
Ah.
Why was he involved in a marathon? Like, why was he being...
I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, it's weird. 1904, a squadron of the Russian fleet was decoyed out of Port Arthur by Japanese maneuvers. When they realized they were sailing into a trap, their battleship, the Petropavlovsk, hit a mine and sunk with a loss of 700 men.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, never go chasing. You know, let them come to you. 1904.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. U.S. Congress authorized Lewis and Clark exposition $1 gold coin. I gotta take a look at this thing here. Yep. What this coin look like? Ah, yes, it's a coin with coin-like properties. So.
Very nice.
Yeah. Ooh, actually, no. Look at that. You can tell they're two different guys. So one's Lewis and one's Clark. I just don't know.
Nice.
Who. Yeah.
Nice.
True. Who's who?
They're different. Oh.
But there are two coins, or is that a front and back? There's no tails then, if it's the same coin.
No.
No, there's a tails.
Okay.
Here's a tails back here.
So do two different coins. Good.
Yeah. Well, did it say
That'd be
plural?
sacrilegious to have two heads.
Well, doesn't Two-Face have a two-headed coin?
Yes.
And this says one coin, plural. So maybe it was...
One coin, plural.
Well, one coin, singular.
Oh.
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Heads or heads.
Heads or heads. Lewis or Clark?
Yeah. You better know who's who.
Yeah. 1908, groundbreaking for Philadelphia's Shibe Park, home of the MLB Athletics American League. 1909 through 54, the MLB Phillies National League from 1938 to 70, and the NFL Eagles 1940 to 57. All right, so that's cool. So 2 leagues of MLB and an NFL.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is Shibe Park still around? Like,
I don't think so.
I think we've covered it being demolished
I'll
before.
see you guys later.
All right, you have
All
a good
right,
one.
have a good one.
1909 in Constantinople, the primarily Albanian First Army Corps seized the parliament building and telegraph's office, forcing the Ottoman statesman Himli Pasha to resign. So yeah, it says here, the other source, the 31st March incident led to the overthrow of Sultan Abdul Hamid II, which, you know, these two sound like different things, but it's the same thing, I think, right? Sultan...
I think so. The overthrow.
Yeah.
It's an overthrow. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are.
Because this is from the secondary source. It's on the same date. Yeah. And they're both talking about overthrow. Sultan, Ottoman.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying Ottomans are the only ones who had sultans, but I mean, I'd be surprised if...
It's got to be the same thing.
Yeah. 1911, Polo Grounds grandstand and left field bleachers went up in flames in Manhattan, New York.
Oh,
Yikes.
Man. Polo Grounds, that's where the Giants played.
1911, the U.S. House of Representatives voted to institute direct elections of senators to Congress, a step toward direct democracy. All right. 1912, Royal Flying Corps formed, later the Royal Air Force. And that's, this is a ribbon. It's RFC. So the Royal Flying Corps. So this is the original badge. It initially looks, they have the R coming out.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Where are you getting F? I'm looking at E.
No, if you look at the embroidery, it's behind the F.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was confused initially, too. 1914, the first Federal League game, Baltimore Terrapins defeated the Buffalo Blues 3-2. Well, I guess they're blue now. they got buffaloed. 1918, electrical fire killed 38 mental patients at Oklahoma State Hospital. That's terrible.
Geez.
1919, British troops opened fire on demonstrators in Amritsar, India, killing 300 people, or 350 people. The other source says Jallianwala Bagh massacre, British Indian Army troops led by Brigadier General Reginald Dyer killed approximately 379 to 1,000 unarmed demonstrators, including men and women in Amritsar, India, and approximately another 1,500 injured. Wow. Britain was the worst. They still are today. They're just terrible. 1919, establishment of the Provisional Government of the Republic of Korea. So is that North Korea? Or,
No, it would just be Korea. I don't think it was divided at the time.
yeah, because didn't Kim Il-sung, he was the original guy, right? Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and then Kim Jong-un, correct?
That's all from the north, yeah.
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 But like, wasn't North Korea and all that stuff after World War II as a product of the Soviet Union, and then they made their own thing, but to be allied
I
with?
don't know when it actually divided. I know. Well, yeah.
Well, it was because of
we came up with something along the parallel or something, whatever it was, and it was divided. So that was just after
World War II.
Yeah, I believe World War II.
It was too, because Japan had annexed Korea and all that stuff during
Yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah.
So, and that's how North Korea still goes. They still have all of their drug stuff that the Japanese set up and everything. So, 1920, the first woman U.S. Civil Servant Commissioner, Helen Hamilton, was appointed. All right. 1921, foundation of the Spanish Communist Workers' Party. Yikes. 23, U.S. Army won the first college 3-weapon fencing championships.
Fencing.
Yeah, but 3-weapon? Like, are they fencing with an AR or something?
I don't know.
On God! King, 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 king.
There's different blades, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
20,
Good question.
Yeah, 1924, the Greek plebiscite for a republic. And that was that. But I think, because the other source, it says AEK, a major Greek multi-sport club, was established in Athens by Greek refugees from Constantinople.
Jeez.
I mean...
That's a mouthful.
Yeah. Now, they can't be both connected, can they? Like, it's both Greek. I guess they're not connected now that I think about it, because the plebiscites is political stuff. It's just weird that they both happen on the same day, and it's both about Greece.
Yeah.
1 century ago, 1926, at the age of 38, Walter Johnson pitched his 7th opening day shutout.
Oh, Walter Johnson.
Yeah. 1926 as well. Cyclists without bicycle tax stamp rounded up in Amsterdam. So I guess you had to have licenses.
Yeah.
And
That's
that's
you do today too.
for a bicycle?
Uh-huh. Used to. Maybe you don't anymore.
I've never had a bicycle license.
I guess you used to when I was a kid. Yeah.
I have never once had, I've never heard of it.
Now that I think about it, no. Huh.
Yeah, that flabbergasts me.
Yeah.
But in your time, you had a bicycle license?
Seems like we did.
What the hell? What a
Think
stupid
back.
thing to license.
I may be all wet, but I remember somewhere back there getting a bike license or something. Not to ride, but to put on your bike. Like a car license.
Yeah, well, like, I remember having a fake license plate. It said my name on the back.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can get all kinds of stuff like that even today.
But that was on my one of my first bikes back in the old house.
I don't know.
But I've never had a license.
We've never put a license on a bicycle. So maybe my memory's incorrect here, but I remember something as a kid.
It might have been back then. So, what else we got here? 1928, first transatlantic flight to Europe, or flight from Europe to the U.S. Fitzmaurice von Hohenfeld Cole. We spoke about this yesterday. Remember, like the first transatlantic flight.
Yeah.
So, 1933, first flight over Mount Everest, Lord Clydesdale. Didn't we cover this?
Not that I recall.
Yeah, we did. Remember, it was there's 2 planes, and we looked up a picture. Remember the plane over Mount Everest? Like
one crash into the other or something? I
no.
Some story of something crashing.
Plane.
I don't remember that. No.
Here, Everest. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find the actual image. First plane over. Yeah, this image. You don't remember this image right here? This is the exact image we looked up.
Oh, okay.
You don't just.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, we covered this.
Huh.
And also, this first transatlantic thing, that was later on, because it was like some German plane or something, or maybe I'm getting things confused. But I could have sworn we covered this yesterday, and we covered this a while ago, and Fort Sumter was a while ago. Like, history is changing. And another example, remember last year, Easter Sunday was on 4/20th.
Okay, I don't remember that, but yeah.
No, it was on April 20th.
Okay.
Well, I remember that because it landed on Hitler's birthday.
Ah, okay.
You remember, I made and then the next day, didn't the Pope die or something, or was that a couple days ago, or a couple years ago?
Boy, I don't know.
Because then how did we have Easter on the 5th this year?
Well, it's never the same day.
Yeah, but isn't it like the first Sunday of?
And it's like no, because it can be in March.
Oh.
It's something about the equinox or something.
Oh, okay.
So it's always changing. Sometimes it's early. Sometimes it's in March.
I thought something was weird. 1934, 4.7 million U.S. families reported receiving welfare payments. Okay. 34 as well, U.S. Congress passed the Johnson Debt Default Act. Wonder what that entails. I'm going to look that up here really quick. Johnson Debt Default Act.
Something to usually a default is you fall back into it,
Johnson Act prohibited foreign nations in debt from marketing their bond issues in the United States. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, if you say more, there should be more to it than that.
Well, yeah, it was enacted, although impacted by the Bretton Woods Agreement, it was not repealed and continued to have the force of law. Okay, well, let's see here. It prohibited foreign nations in debt from marketing their bond issues in the United States. Senator Hiram Johnson sponsored the act, which included a passage that forbade loans to nations in default on their debts unless those nations joined the World Bank and International Monetary Fund.
Oh, yuck.
Oh man.
In other words, they wouldn't allow you to come here to borrow money from the people to pay off because they're in default on their debt. So they come and try to sell their country bonds to Americans.
So I'm just going to label this as Rothschild BS.
Okay.
Look for this in the underbar of the description section below after the live stream. Moving on up to 1939, the Hindustani Lal Sena, the Indian Red Army, was formed and vowed to engage in armed struggle against the British. Against the British. So yeah, this was before World War II, and after World War II, Britain finally.
I thought World War II started in 38 or 39.
It was 39.
Okay.
Yeah, this is 39, but it started in September of 39.
Oh, okay.
It started when
Poland. They went to Poland.
Yeah, Germany invaded Poland and everything. And then later after that, because it wasn't the same day, but it was a little bit later after that, Russia then invaded and occupied their half of Poland. So, but yeah, no, like India was getting tired of Britain's bullshit and everything. So then after World War II, and there's the whole decolonization thing, India became India. Before it was called the British Raj.
Yeah.
Although they were known as Indians as well, or at least we know them as the Indian Red Army. I don't know. When did Indians call themselves Indians? Were they always Indians, or like
the people themselves?
Yeah.
I don't know what do they call themselves Indians?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Because like I'm thinking about like the whole thing, about Christopher Columbus mislabeling Native Americans Indians
because they thought they were in India.
Yeah, but then you brought up that point, a while ago. India wasn't even called India at the time.
That's right.
So where the hell, well, at least in the Americas, the Indios or whatever, that might have been the thing. But where did the word India come from? To
and when
make the nation called that?
India.
Because before that, it was called the British Raj. There's nothing India in the name there. So I need to learn more about India. 1990, American athlete Cornelius Dutch Warmerdam, using a bamboo pole, became the first man to pole vault 15 feet at the University of California in Berkeley. I got to image search this really quick. So
it had more elasticity to it.
Yeah. Isn't bamboo like more flexible and everything? All that stuff. As open image, I wanted to read this. Cornelius Dutch Warmerdam. No mats. The majority of landings were onto ground level sand and sawdust, applying a bamboo pole. Vaulted 15 feet, 8.5 inches. Cleared 13 feet, 4-inch grip by 37 to 40 inches. Crossbar is triangular steel resting on metal peg, not today's round fiberglass tube with rubber ends. So world's top vaulter applying grip heights of 3 feet or higher than CDW, huge padded landing mats. Powerful flexible poles cannot routinely vault 4 feet higher than water damming. It's disgraceful and embarrassing. So yeah, like with, people were a lot tougher back then.
Literally, and they had, when I was a kid, you went into sawdust.
Yeah, that's what I just read.
Ground. Yeah, I know. That's what I read, and that's exactly what you went into. Now, if you went up 15 feet, you had to come down 15 feet.
Well, yes, that's usually how things
but
work.
Not anymore, because they have these big pads jacked up, so they're coming down about 8, 9, 10 feet.
Man, people are so weak these days.
No, it's safety. I know that.
Yeah, but at some point, safety becomes weakness,
Yeah.
1940 Stanley Cup Final, Maple Leaf Gardens, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. New York Rangers defeated the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2 for a 4-2 series victory. The Rangers' last cup win for 54 years. That took them a while.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that'd be 94 then.
Yeah.
Could you imagine 1940 to 94? Ouch.
That's a drought.
That's 1941. A pact of neutrality between the USSR and Japan was signed. That makes me wonder, like, that's weird. Like, weren't they
that early?
Well, I was going to say, I know that Japan and Russia were fighting again before too awfully long, and I'm just like, how long did it last? Because weren't they fighting shortly after again? Because when Japan surrendered to us, it wasn't because of the bombs.
They were invading from the north.
Yeah, Russia was invading them.
Yeah.
So, 43, Catholic University Nation closed. I'm not sure if we talked about that yesterday, but we did talk about Catholic University closing. This might be the same one.
And I wouldn't put it past the Russians to have a peace treaty like that, or whatever it's called,
and then
invade anyways.
Well,
when they see him weak.
Yeah. 43, the FDR dedicated the Jefferson Memorial in honor of former President Thomas Jefferson. So here we have an image of that. It's an Alamy stock photo, of course, but you can see we've been there.
Yes.
So
yes,
it's way out of the way from everything else.
I liked it over there.
Yeah, it's because it's quiet and secluded and everything.
Well, we're there at the end of the day too.
Yeah. But yeah, the Jefferson Memorial was dedicated on the 200th anniversary of President Thomas Jefferson's birth. So, nice. 43, the Nazis discovered a mass grave of Polish officers in near Katian. Polish war prisoners were killed by Soviet forces in the Katian forest. Massacre was announced, causing a diplomatic rift between the Polish government in exile in London and the Soviet Union, which denied responsibility. Well, of course, that was... we just spoke about the Soviet Union invading Poland.
Yeah.
So this is the results. 44, New Zealand and the Soviet Union established diplomatic relations. That's an odd pairing right there. New Zealand of all places. Okay. 1944, South Carolina rejected black suffrage. That's not cool there. 44 as well, transport number 71 departed Drancy in France for the internment camp, taking 1,500 French Jews to Auschwitz concentration camp in Nazi German-occupied Poland. Up to 1,260 were killed upon arrival. An estimated 130 survived of this trip. So, like, at the end. So, yeah, that's crazy. 45, Canadian soldier Leo Major single-handedly liberated the Dutch town of Zwolle by fooling Germans into thinking a raid had begun. That is awesome.
Yeah,
that is wicked. That's a movie script right there. And, like, speaking of movie scripts, remember, like, I think we covered it. That one instance of somebody stealing, like, the lieutenant colonel's airplane and flying it out of the internment camp or something.
Yeah.
That actually happened. That's truth is stranger than fiction. 45, during World War II, the Russian Red Army occupied Vienna, Austria. Now, we have a discrepancy from the other sources that said Soviet and Bulgarian forces captured Vienna. Now, maybe Bulgaria is under the Russian Red Army, but we got to give credit where credit is due. It wasn't just the Ruskies, the Bulgarians were there as well. 45, World War II, German troops killed more than 1,000 political and military prisoners in Gardelegen, Germany. They're probably, emptying the camps, and they can't take all the prisoners and move them, so they just, that's what they did. A lot of camps, they just killed as many as they could, and then just left the rest locked up and everything. So
political and military prisoners.
Yeah, prisoners of war.
Yeah.
Yep. The Germans didn't care about any treaties, any, war crimes. They didn't give a damn. So, 46, Loons time.
Hey.
Belgian Prime Minister Acker proclaimed wage and price freeze ended. So it has to be about the
Good.
war and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have Eddie Klepp, a white pitcher signed by defending Negro League champ Cleveland Buckeyes, was barred from field in Birmingham, Alabama.
Cleveland Buckeyes.
Yeah. So segregation on the other end there, like they're not letting a white guy into a black thing, which there shouldn't be any
No.
segregation of any type, you know.
No,
So-
absolutely not.
I don't know. Like I don't know what the word for this would be. Like I find it ironic, you know, that a white guy, you know, during segregation is denied to go to
Well,
a black thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, they don't want to overtake them by whites either.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's a curse and a blessing. There should never been a Negro League,
yeah.
but it's a blessing they had that.
Yes,
They got
because
Satchel Paige and a bunch of great ball players came out of there.
and eventually they integrated
Yes,
everything.
it all
Now,
got
didn't
integrated.
Satchel Paige eventually become involved with the MLB? Like, you know, when everything's
I
all
believe he did, yeah. At
Yeah.
a very old age. He pitched till he was really old.
Yeah.
But what's his name for the Dodgers? Broke the color barrier. No, I can't think of his name.
Man, yeah. Let's see here. MLB. Oh wow, MLB is BLM backwards. I just guy who broke the color barrier. Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. But we covered Satchel Paige doing something involving the MLB a couple weeks ago, if I remember correctly. Well, anyway, 1948, Hadassah Convoy Massacre. Vehicles bringing Jewish staff and medical supplies to Hadassah Hospital and University on Mount Scorpus, Jerusalem, was attacked by Arab forces. 79 were killed by bombs, grenades, and sniper fire. There's 78 Jewish doctors, nurses, and medical students, and a British soldier. So the event came to be known as the Hadassah Medical Convoy Massacre. Terrible. 49, Philip S. Hench at Mayo Clinic announced the discovery of cortisone to treat rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah, during a lecture at the Mayo Clinic, Philip S. Hench revealed positive results of clinical trials using cortisone to treat rheumatoid arthritis. 53, first game of Milwaukee Braves, they defeated the Cincinnati Reds 2-0. Excellent way to come out. 53 as well, CIA Director Alan Dulles launched the mind control program Project MKUltra. And this is a major, major, major thing. Like, are you aware of anything involving MKUltra?
No.
Like, they did so much stuff. Like, I'll just read here. It was an illegal human experimentation program designed and undertaken by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, and this is not a conspiracy theory. There are documents. There are FOIA, Freedom of Information Acts that have exposed a lot of this. So this is real. To develop procedures and identify drugs that can be used in altering human behavior. The term MKUltra is a CIA cryptonym. MK is an arbitrary prefix standing for the Office of Technical Service, and Ultra is an arbitrary word out of a dictionary used to name this project. The program has been widely condemned as a violation of individual rights and an example of the CIA's abuse of power, with critics highlighting its disregard for consent and its corrosive impact on democratic principles. Basically, what they did, and there's so much stuff that happened in this project, but among various things, they went into random bars and threw in like PCP or something into people's alcoholic drinks or whatever, just to see what will happen. They followed them. People lost their jobs, they lost their lives, they lost their mind, they lost fame. By the droves across the entire country, just chaos.
Sounds like there's a biggie for LSD too.
Yes, LSD was a major thing.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
That's how they figured out about all the properties of LSD. They just gave them to people. Oh, here, try this. And some people jumped off of buildings. Chaos, dude.
Well,
So-
I know a good friend of mine. His bigger brother was going to UCLA, and he signed up for an experimental project.
Probably got him.
Years later, we found out it was LSD, or we were told that. I don't know how accurate that is. But he ended up driving his car down, well, it doesn't matter where, but he drove it into a house. Killed him.
I'm just going to read the second paragraph just to further express this. It began in 1953 and was halted in 1973, or so they say. It used numerous methods to manipulate its subject mental status and brain functions, such as the covert administration of high doses of psychoactive drugs, especially LSD, and other chemicals without the subject's consent. Additionally, other methods beyond chemical compounds were used, including electroshocks, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, isolation, verbal and sexual abuse, and other forms of torture. I mean,
this
just chaos, man.
This would have been in the mid '60s, so there you go. It's right in that time frame.
I mean, I can't say for certain, but I mean, well,
yeah.
Without actual evidence, personally, I'm certain that that's what happened to your friend.
Well, his brother.
His brother.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we know what happened to him, but I don't know the program he was in.
Yeah, most likely Ultra.
Most likely, yeah.
Anyway, 1954, the Baltimore Orioles first game, but they lost to the Tigers in Detroit 3-9. Well, not everybody can be a Milwaukee Brave, I guess. 1954 as well. Robert Oppenheimer was accused of being a communist. We saw that in the movie Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like the amount of idiots who went and saw Oppenheimer expecting it just to only be about nuclear explosions.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people, they gave it horrible reviews. It's just like, dude, it's a historical piece, you idiot. You want to see, is it Oppenheimer directed by Michael Bay? No, then shut up. Appreciate the history. People are so dumb. 1955, a 20.33 inch or 51.64 centimeter of rainfall, Axis, Alabama. It was then the state record, but it was eclipsed in 1997. I'm wondering, by 1955, why is your city name still Axis? We just finished a war against these people. Change your name. Then again, there's a town called Swastika in Canada. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. There really is a town called Swastika in Canada. So, 57, Saturday postal delivery in U.S. was temporarily halted due to a lack of funds. It kind of sounds familiar. Yeah, I heard that the USPS, our postal service, I heard somewhere not too long ago, like a month or so ago, that they might be halting their Saturday delivery because
of talk of that for a long time. I don't know if they're going to do it or not.
58, classical pianist Van Silbern at the age of 23 was the first Stadian to win the Czechoslovakia competition in Moscow, Soviet Union. Wow. Whoa, he won the inaugural one competition. Whoa.
First one.
Wow. Okay, well, that's not as impressive then. Because if it had been going on for a while and only Russians were winning, then that would have been something impressive. But if this is inaugural, then it's just like, okay, so what? Yeah. Anyway, 1959, Vatican edict forbade Roman Catholics from voting for communists.
Forbade them?
I don't like that. I mean, I don't like the communists, but I don't like,
it's irrelevant. I think I want as a communist in anything.
Yeah, but I was just going to say, I don't like taking away somebody's right to choose that. So, 1960, the U.S. Department for Defense placed Transit 1B, the first navigational satellite, in orbit around Earth. And it's telling me to image search this for the sake of time. We got to keep on going. 1961, UN General Assembly condemned South Africa's apartheid. Good. 62, Stan Musial scored his 1,869th run, setting a new National League record. Hell yeah. 62 as well, U.S. steel industry forced to give up price increases. All right. Cincinnati Reds in 63, Pete Rose tripled it for his first major league base hit.
He got a triple.
Yeah. We also had Pirates Bob Friend balked 4 times in a game.
Wow.
Balked? Balked.
Yeah.
So that is a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it meant to say
if you
walk.
Make it, it's a pitcher's move, and if he does the wrong thing, it's a balk.
So what's a balk?
A balk is, say if you start your motion to the plate, and then you turn around and throw it to first, that's a balk. Once you make a motion to the plate, you have to go.
Okay.
So there's rules like that for pitchers that they have to follow.
All right. So it's not good that he got a balk. 4
No,
balks.
it's counted as a ball.
That's not good.
Yeah.
64, New Zealander Colin Bosher sheared a record 565 sheep in 1 workday.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Sheer madness.
Yeah. I would say that joke was bad, but, 65, first U.S. Senate black page, Lawrence W. Bradford Jr. at the age of 16 was appointed by New York Senator Jacob Javits. All right. You know what a page is, right?
No.
Like, it's some guy who, walks around.
Yeah.
So he's 16 years old, so.
Yeah, that's what they do in summer.
Mm-hmm. 66. Well, it's not summer.
Well, no, true, but that's when they're really popular. They bring a lot of summer kids on.
Yeah. 66. Pan Am placed $525 million order for 25 Boeing 747s. That's a lot. 1969, television variety special Dick Van Dyke and the Other Woman helped to revive the sagging career of the sitcom co-star Mary Tyler Moore. Did they have to call it sagging career?
Yeah, that's.
I mean,
don't think it was sagging, you know.
Well, I'm just thinking, you know, like they're talking about a lady and they're using the word sagging.
Oh.
It's just like, come on, dude. Like, 1970, Apollo 13 announced, "Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here after a beach-built oxygen tank exploded en route to the moon." At 10:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, an oxygen tank aboard the Apollo service module exploded, putting the crew in great danger. Pardon me. And causing major damage to the Apollo Command Service Module, codenamed Odyssey, while en route to the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, hold on.
We've got one more item for you when you get a chance. We'd like it to stir up your cryo tanks. In addition, I have Shaft and Trunnion.
Okay.
For a look at the Comet Bennett if you need it.
Okay. Stand by. Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Yep, there it was, right there. You know, Houston, we have a problem and everything. And like, if you've seen the movie, like
it's a good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie, but they play up the time for dramatic effect. But like right here, it's almost instantaneous. He says, "Stir the tanks," and then like then he says, "Oh, we have a problem." But in the movie, there's like 30 seconds because it shows you like the interior as it goes through the pipes, and then it blows up inside. It shows you all that in the movie. But I'm gonna replay this section right here.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
Hold on a second.
If you need it.
Okay, stand by. Okay.
For a look at the Comet Bennett if you need it.
Okay, well, yeah, right there he was saying. So it was just a few seconds. It's terrifying. 1960, Greek composer and counter-revolutionary Mikis Theodorakis was freed from Oropos concentration camp and allowed to be exiled in France. All right, well, at least he's free, that's something.
Yeah.
Oakland used gold-colored bases during the club's home opener. Rules committee subsequently banned the innovation.
Yeah. What's his name? The owner up there was always trying to do crazy new things. He came up with colored balls.
Huh.
Tried to get him approved, but it didn't work.
Huh. 72, first baseball player strike ended after 13 days. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Like 13 on the 13th. Huh. 72, the Universal Postal Union decided to recognize the People's Republic of China as the only legitimate Chinese representative, effectively expelling the Republic of China, administering Taiwan.
Yeah.
Very bad move. Stupid.
Well, China had to be recognized. I mean, the little island of Taiwan over there, we are recognizing that as China, and the rest of it didn't exist. That's not right.
That could be called the Communist China, or the West Taiwan. We should have called them West Taiwan. 75, a Christian phalange killed 27 Palestinians, beginning Lebanese civil war. An attack on the phalangist resistance killed 26 militia members of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, marking the start of the 15-year Lebanese civil war. Wow. 15 years. So that lasted until 90, if I'm doing my math correctly. 1976, the first NBA playoff game for Cleveland Cavaliers. They lost 195 to Washington. U.S. Federal Reserve began issuing $2 bicentennial notes. We have it right here. The United States Treasury Department reintroduced the $2 bill as a Federal Reserve note on Thomas Jefferson's 233rd birthday as part of the United States bicentennial celebration.
I don't know why we don't have a $2 bill. I mean, we have it there, but it's never been popular.
Well, we do. Like, it's still around. It's still in circulation.
Yeah, but how often do you see a $2 bill?
Not that often.
Yeah.
And they were used for something weird. I'm not sure. But, like, I had a collection of $2 bills until we got broken into that one time. But I wanted to show the back of it. What I love about the back of the $2 bills...
$2 bill.
Yeah, that's a toonie.
Yeah.
But what I love about the back of the U.S. $2 bill is it shows the signing of the Declaration of Independence and all the people in attendance and all that stuff.
Oh, that is cool.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
So, 1976 as well, 40 workers died in an explosion at the Lapua ammunition factory, the deadliest accidental disaster in modern history in Finland. 78, Jackson slugged a three-run home run in the first inning, and the field was showered. Like, by what? Like, confetti or something?
I don't know.
It just says showered, so I'm going to look that up here really quick. Baseball. Well, they're just showing us normal baseball images, so I'm not going to find anything. 79, longest doubles ping pong match ended after 101 hours.
Whoa.
Whoa. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
1980, U.S. and its allies boycotted the Summer Olympics in Moscow in protest against Russia's invasion of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
All right. 81, yep. Washington Post journalist Janet Cook won Pulitzer Prize for feature writing. She later admitted the story was a hoax and returned the prize. What a bitch. Like, why? What's with them in lying?
She got caught.
Yeah, probably. At 83, undefeated middleweight boxer Tony Ayala got 35 years on sex assault. Wow. Like, 1984, India defeated Pakistan by 58 runs to win first Asia Cricket Cup in Sharjah. Yeah, cricket. I left this here just for you. So. 84 as well, Montreal Expos infielder Pete Rose became the first NL to get 4,000 hits in a career. That's awesome.
First one was a triple. We just talked about that a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it's on the same calendar date, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. 85, Tast announced U.S. boycott of Moscow Olympics. Who is Tast and why should I care?
Not sure.
Fuck them. Fuck the commies. 85 as well, Karen Dior won the first female World Cup marathon at 2 hours and 33 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, I guess that's a different marathon. I'm not sure. Because we spoke about the first female marathon winner yesterday.
I don't remember.
I brought that up earlier in the show about not having the ability to find a picture of her, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So, 1986, Boston Celtics ended season with a 40-1 home win record. Wow.
Whoa.
86 as well, Spanish Grand Prix decided by a 0.014 of a second. So that's who won. The Spanish Grand Prix. By
that's a photo
14 thousandths of a second.
Yeah,
that's
that's
10
a photo
hundredths
finish.
seconds. Yeah. AO's time! 1987, Portugal signed an agreement to return Macau to China in 1999. Yeah. That's actually even brought up in the Shogun, the remember the old show Shogun?
Yeah.
They did a redo of it, like it's a new one, and like they mentioned that what were they? Not the Paraguayans, the freaking Portugal. The Portuguese had a base on Macau.
Oh, okay.
They mentioned that. So, 1990, final episode of Pat Sajak's late night TV show on CBS.
I used to be a weatherman at one time.
I put that into the show because I thought that you'd remember the name Pat Sajak.
Yeah.
So, 92, American Airlines reduced its first class fares 20 to 50%. That's pretty good. 92 as well, Crystal Pepsi began test marketing in Sacramento, Providence, Denver, Dallas, and Grand Rapids. A lot of people didn't like Crystal Pepsi.
Never heard of it.
It was the clear one.
Oh.
Yeah. 92 as well, longest two undefeated baseball teams to meet. New York Yanks at 5-0 versus Toronto Blue Jays at 6-0. Yanks score 3 in top of ninth to win 5-2. So of course the Yanks are the best. Unless they're fighting the Dodgers or the Angels. Like I have a couple favorite teams. Because if you're a United States citizen, you gotta love the Yankees. Because Yankee Doodle Dandy, we are the Yanks. We like.
You gotta despise them.
Why?
Because they've played the Dodgers so many times in the World Series.
Yeah, but like, you can't have you can have respect for other
You can
other
have respect
things.
and hate somebody at the same time.
Not necessarily. 94, asteroid 7373 was discovered and named after Star Trek actor George Takei. Asteroid 7373 Takei. 94 as well, Pedro Martinez took a perfect game through 7 1/3 innings until hitting Reggie Sanders with a pitch, leading to a bench-clearing brawl. Wow. 94, Presidential Guard at Kigali, Rwanda, chopped 1,200 church members to death. Wow.
Whoa.
Must have, hack him and everything. Yeah. 94, target date for Israeli complete withdrawal, which doesn't occur. How surprising. 94, United Arab Emirates, first official ODI, losing to India. ODI, is that cricket or something?
Isn't that a bad odor?
I don't know. No, that's 96. 2 women and 4 children were killed after Israeli helicopter fired rockets at an ambulance in Montessori, Lebanon. Why is Israel shooting at ambulances? I keep trying to explain. They're not good people. You know, both sides are awful. We just got to recognize that. Everybody does. 97. Hartford Whalers' last NHL game, and I'm wondering if this is connected because we have NHL Pittsburgh Penguin Mario Lemieux's last NHL regular game.
No.
Like,
no, they're 2 different teams.
I know, but like, were they against each other?
No, well, that I don't
That's
know.
why I'm wondering. Like, it's not the same team.
No.
But this was the Whalers' last game, and this was this guy's last game. They're both NHL. It's the same day, so were these 2 teams against each other?
I have no idea.
That's what I'm asking. 97. Rare doubleheader played in the same city. Giants versus Mets and Oakland A's versus Yankees in New York after rain the previous day. Yeah, for a second I thought I was reading an advertisement for In-N-Out. A doubleheader.
Yeah, doubleheader in town.
That's what a baseball game's all about. 97. Tiger Woods became the youngest golfer to win the Masters tournament. All right.
Yeah.
In the year 2000, we have 3 minutes left until the hour. We have 26 years. Can we do it? Rock for the Rainforest benefit concert held at Carnegie Hall, New York City. Performers included Sting, Elton John, James Taylor, Stevie Wonder, Ricky Martin, Billy Joel, Ladies Night, Percy Sledge, Tom Jones, Martha Reeves, Macy Gray, Sam Moore, and The Impressions. 2002, Pedro Carmona, interim president of Venezuela, resigns 1 day after taking office.
Jeez.
I guess he didn't like the pressure. We have another Rock for the Rainforest benefit concert held at Carnegie Hall in New York City in 2002. Performers included Sting, Elton John, James Taylor. Is this the same one? Nope. Nirvana's Nina Simone, Smokey Robinson, Lulu, Patti LaBelle, Ravi Shankar, Anuskasa Shankar, Jeff Beck, Wynonna Judd, and Rebecca Del Rio. I don't recognize most of those names.
Jeff Beck, I recognize.
Ah, is he from Beck?
He's a great guitarist.
Okay. 2004, Barry Bonds hit his 661st career home run, passing his godfather Willie Mays on the MLB all-time list. But hasn't he been like disbarred or like because of doping?
Something like that. Yeah.
2009, U.S. record producer Phil Spector was found guilty of second-degree murder of actress Lana Clarkson in 2003.
That was a mess.
Yikes. 2009 as well, a fire destroyed a homeless hostel and killed at least 22 people in Kamień-Pomorski, Poland. That's terrible. We've been in a hostel though once.
Mm-hmm.
So, 2012, North Korean long-range rocket testing ended in failure after the rocket broke up after launch. All right. 2017, the U.S. dropped the largest ever non-nuclear weapon on Nangarhar Province, Afghanistan. Well, here's Tiger Woods celebrating everything, and here's the mother of all bombs.
Wow.
Like, and there's an even larger one since then, the FOAB, the father of all bombs. So, but for a while, the MOAB was the big one.
Yeah.
So, 2019, Australian superhorse Winx ended extraordinary career with a third Queen Elizabeth Stakes win in Sydney, 93 consecutive race wins, a world record 25 Group 1 victories, and 26.4 million prize money. Crikey! So, 2019, the body of a 38-year-old Filipino woman was discovered in an abandoned mine, started the hunt for Cyprus' first serial killer. At least 5 other bodies were later discovered. Yikes. You also have Greg Popovich surpassed Lenny Wilkins to become the all-time winningest coach in NBA history with his 1,413th win as San Antonio Spurs defeated the Denver Nuggets 101-96 at Western Conference playoffs. All right. The world's largest plane by wingspan at 117 meters or 385 feet, the Stratolaunch, built as a flying launch pad for satellites, took its first flight from Mojave, California. Are you ready for this plane?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're ready for this plane?
Holy cow, look at that.
That's a pickup truck right there.
Wow.
But see, they have double pilots, and they somehow, like, I think they do, like, have a unified control or whatever, but, like, they have 2 pilots, but connected at a wing.
Wow. Wow.
And I've actually seen a video of this flying. Stratolaunch. Let's see here. I'm going to look this up on YouTube really quick. So, here it is. Oh, wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I got to... Oh, yeah, here it is. It's taking off right there. Look at that. I mean...
It's hard to see its size.
Well, you can tell that there's a pilot in here.
Yeah. Wow.
Now, see,
That just looks like it shouldn't work.
now this was first flight. So this is his first flight and everything. And I think they had it showcasing dropping, like, remember like the X-51 or whatever, like,
Yeah.
you know, to break the supersonic barrier and all that stuff. This is what it does. It launches from in between. So that's what, you know, it's a strato launch. So instead of launching satellites into space conventionally with rockets and everything, if we can take it up in a shuttle type vehicle halfway up there and then drop it and it just keeps going from that way, you know, we save a lot of rocket fuel and everything.
They've been doing that for quite a while.
Yeah. What this?
Launching from space.
Oh yeah, well yeah, launching, you know, rockets and everything. So now what I'm really interested though is the centrifugal launch stuff, but we'll get into that later. 2020, Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli sung a special Easter concert in the deserted Milan Cathedral, accompanied by an organist.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that. You remember him? He was one of Mom's favorite artists.
Yeah.
I actually have a CD of his on my dresser in my bedroom over there. 2021, U.S., South Africa, and the EU authorized temporary stop administering Johnson & Johnson Kung Flu vaccines after 6 women developed blood clots out of 6.8 million. But how many more have developed clots? You know, how many of them have they not talked about, you know, to push the agenda? I'm pretty sure it's much higher now if they're even documented. 2021, voice actor Hank Azaria, who was white, apologized for voicing Indian character Apu on The Simpsons for 30 years. Okay, I can understand, you know, and I agree with that's not cool to have a white guy voicing an Indian, all right?
But you never see him.
Doesn't matter. If you're going to have representation, have somebody, you know, if you know, people care about that. I personally don't, but if somebody wants a black to voice a black, an Indian to voice an Indian, fine, you know? Like, but...
Or do you find the best voice you can find? That's what I believe.
Well, I would...
That fits the script.
I would hire an actual Indian. Like, that's just me. So, but what I don't like is how they canceled Apu outright, because he hasn't been a recurring character ever since. They got rid of him a long time ago. You remember Apu, right?
No, I don't.
You ever saw any of The Simpsons?
I saw some of it.
There you go. Do you remember, thank you, come again?
Oh, I remember something like that.
Yeah, that's Apu.
Oh,
He owned the Quickie Mart, the convenience store. Like Apu, fucking ridiculous 1,000-letter long last name. 2022, at least 448 people were killed after heavy rains and flooding in KwaZulu-Natal province, South Africa. One of the worst weather storms in the history of that country, according to authorities. 2023, U.S. FBI arrested 21-year-old member of Massachusetts Air National Guard for leaking classified documents, including national security secrets, on an online gaming chat group. Yeah, that would happen. That's stupid. 2023, you know, this sounds like what's that game? Whatever. I remember there's some game where this happened several times, where active duty military personnel in tank. I think it's War Thunder. Like in War Thunder, you can play as ships, as tanks, as airplanes, and everything else in between. You know, throughout all the time. I don't know the exact semantics, but every vehicle ever is in there, more or less. So you can play any era, any vehicle, any country, anything. Now, it obviously has tanks of more modern eras, including things that are active duty now. And one of a newer addition, and this happened like a year or so ago, actually, but an active duty, you know, tanker in our armed forces who is operating that actual tank. They got it wrong in War Thunder, and War Thunder like really wants to be as accurate as possible. So he told War Thunder that they were wrong, and he gave them the specs. And I would be surprised why he wouldn't know, but he gave them classified information, like top speed and reload time and stuff like that, because he thought he was trying to give him, you know, help. But he should have known as an active duty personnel.
Well, you got to know that.
You know, so like, you know, so I'm wondering if this is that incident or what. 2023, tropical cyclone Ilsa made landfall in remote Western Australia between De Grey and Pardue Roadhouse as a Category 5 storm, setting a new sustained wind speed record of 218 kilometers per hour or 135 miles per hour. We just have a handful of articles left here. 2023, the house of Jack Yesteryear was raided in an investigation into leaked Pentagon documents. He was arrested on the same day. I wonder if this is that same thing that I just covered here. I'm just going to add this here. Connected, question mark. So add that there. Get rid of this section here. 2024, Iran launched a strike on Israel with 300 drones and missiles in retaliation for the bombing of its embassy in Damascus. Almost all were shot down. Well, why are they bombing their embassy in Damascus? Like, isn't Damascus... Where's Damascus? Isn't that in Israel?
No.
Formerly Palestine?
Damascus.
Damascus.
I should know this.
Damascus. Syria. Okay.
There you go. Yes, Syria.
Well, why the hell is Iran attacking Israel over what happened in Syria? That makes no fucking sense. That's stupid. 2024, 6 people were killed in a stabbing at Bondi's shopping mall in Sydney, Australia by an attacker with mental health issues who was shot dead by police. Yeah, at the Westfield Bondi Junction shopping center in Sydney, Australia. And last but not least, 2025, the McLean brothers, Ewan at 32, Jamie 31, and Lachlan at 27 of Scotland, departed in a rowboat from Lima, Peru, to cross the Pacific Ocean, headed for Australia. They hope to raise funds for clean water access in Madagascar through donations. Cool.
Wow. Did they ever get there in a rowboat?
That was last year on this time. So
You're still rowing by now.
Well,
Could be there in a year.
that's wild. I wonder if they're still or maybe have they been lost at sea? You know?
They told us nothing.
Yeah. That shall conclude the show, and if anybody wants to know what happened to those people, please let us know in the comments section so everybody knows. Yeah, so for all of you and all of us, please check the underbar of the description for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history continues, to be made every day. We can only bring you a portion between two sources. So anyway, for your dose of Passive and Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you. Till you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is. Don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles!